What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK TAKEOVER Blackpool review. The show from January 12th, 2019. They were in Blackpool, England, obviously. They were at the Empress Ballroom. The official theme song was Doomsday by Architects. That's how I pronounce the band's name. And Fight Fire with Fire by The Prodigy featuring HO9909. I'm assuming that's how you say the band's name, but whatever. I mean the one that's featured in that song with the band, but yeah. And I apologize for not giving this review. You know, after the whole suspension for a strike that got hit from YouTube. So what can you do? Your commentators were Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. So let's get to it. I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's just get right into it. The opening match was for the NXT UK Tag Team Championship. Lasted 23 minutes and 49 seconds. For this whole inaugural. I how you pronounce it too. Ignorable. You know, pertains to this NXT UK Tag Team Championship tournament. This is the finals between Zach Gibson and James Drake versus Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate. This match, opening match, it was fantastic. Good match. Some good spots in the match with with all four of them. But the one that surprised me and impressed me the most was James Drake. I'd seen some moves that I've never seen him do before, and some moves that I seen him pull off that has not been shown. Hasn't been done in wrestling. For a while. Now, if I can remember, I think James Drake did like a 450 splash. I'm assuming that was what it was. Yeah, 450 splash. Now I'm starting to remember. Also, Mustache Mountain, they had their attires, paying homage to the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid. But in their ways of being Mustache Mountain. But yeah, this match was incredible, back and forth. A couple of false finishes. I just couldn't believe how good this match was. I mean, it was no surprise, this was gonna be a good match, and surely it was. And then the end. Oh yeah, so let me get to this part. Jack Gibson had Trent Seven, no, not Trent Seven, excuse me, Tyler Bate on his shoulders from the outside. And James Drake does a suicide dive to Tyler Bate with him being on the shoulders of Jack Gibson. Basically like a combo of a Doomsday Device and a Tope Suicida, suicide dive. I thought that was a cool spot there. Unbelievable, especially for James Drake for pulling that off. And in the end, James Drake and Zach Gibson gets the win over Mustache Mountain by becoming the new NXT UK first ever tag team champions, and it was pretty damn good. Good match. Nothing else to say about it. All right, next we're supposed to get Jordan Devlin versus Travis Banks, but they showed footage what happened earlier in the night, or should I say earlier on that day, where Travis Banks was showing up in I believe at a hotel lobby, whatever. And he got attacked by Jordan Devlin. And then we get to the match itself. Travis Banks gets in the ring, waiting for Jordan Devlin to come to make his entrance, to make his way to the ring. He finally gets out there, but doesn't get in the ring because Travis Banks goes for a suicide dive and attacks Jordan Devlin, excuse me. And then Jordan Devlin fights back at the Kiwi Bosso, which is Travis Banks. And we get officials. We get the assistant general manager Sid Scarlett there, basically pulling them apart basically Jordan Devlin was in the ring at this point, and then he goes to say it's interview time as they take away Travis Banks because he suffered a knee injury, not for real, but storyline. And I'm wondering why did they do this? So it made sense why they did this. So, and also you had the general manager of NXT UK, Johnny Saint, there as well. So Sid Scarlett was like, we knew you was gonna do something like this to Travis Banks. So they had a backup opponent for Jordan Devlin. So we're waiting to see who it is. If I can remember, I think the lights went out, and all of a sudden, a familiar theme music, and it was Finn Balor, and I lost my shit. And then in the crowds, obviously they pop big for this one. So Finn Balor comes out, and this is not Finn Balor from the main roster. I mean, it is Finn Balor from the main roster, but not the same Finn Balor that you've seen. We're seeing him smiling every time, and this was the serious a serious game face of Finn Balor, and this is a match that I thought I'd never see. I don't remember if they have a match before coming into WWE, but and that's nothing too. Finn Balor trained Jordan Devlin, and you can see some resemblance, almost a resemblance. Basically same similarity. It's like a mirror image of the two. So yeah, we get this match on the way. It's more of a student versus the teacher type of way. And the match was good. It was pretty damn good. I knew when they come into the match, Finn Balor was not going to lose this match, and sure enough, that's what happened. Finn Balor ends up winning the match against Jordan Devlin with the Coup de Grace. And Jordan Devlin had some good offense too in the match as well. And you got Finn Balor. It was a type of story in a way that to go with, he taught his students so much that his students knows every move that he does before he could do it. That's what they were telling us in that story, and it was good. And also, I enjoyed seeing Finn Balor doing the Bloody Sunday, the reverse Bloody Sunday, and the original Bloody Sunday. So yeah, this was game face Finn Balor that I'm used to seeing, not the main roster Finn Balor where he's just smiling and I just don't like the Finn Balor main roster. And it's not his fault. It's the way they booked him. But anyways, but this match lasted 11 minutes and 45 seconds, and it was a damn good match. Before I move on, I gotta pull something up, folks. Alright, I'm back, folks. My apologies for that. And so before we get to this next match between Dave Mastiff versus Eddie Dennis in his no disqualification match, which lasted 10 minutes and 50 seconds, they showed something from the crowd. Usually when they do these takeover shows, NXT does this a lot. And now they're going to do this with NXT UK. Usually when they do these NXT shows, these NXT takeover shows, and for this edition, NXT UK, they have some guy named Luke Mendez. I believe that's his name. Luke Mendez. Yes. Yeah, so Luke Mendez, I don't know who he is, but I'm looking forward to see what he's all about. And I will do more updates about Luke Mendez as it goes by. But yeah. So apparently he's a wrestler. So hold on a second, folks. I had to get the door. My apologies. But yeah, back to this. So Dave Mastiff and Eddie Dennis. This is no disqualification. This is the third match on NXT UK, and I thought it was pretty good. I wish we could have went longer, but hey, still good. They did explain weapons in the match, like a candlestick, a steel chair. They brought tables. They were basically kicking delivering hell at each other in this match. Excuse me. And I was wondering how Eddie Dennis was going to manage to pull off a victory over Dave Mastiff. Unfortunately, he didn't. but still a damn good match. They matched as a win by putting Eddie Dennis to the table with a cannonball in a unique way. Also, Eddie Dennis also impressed me here too. He managed to pick up Dave Mastiff, in the way by having some leverage on the turnbuckle, but still pretty damn good the way he did it too. I predicted that he was going to do it either on the apron or maybe on the barricade. Hell, even if he can do a table. He tried to, but didn't have the strength to do it. Because Dave Mastiff is pretty heavy. So Dave Mastiff ends up winning the match either way. And I thought it was, again, another good match that they pulled off for NXT UK for this takeover show for Blackpool. Before we get to this next match, which it features the NXT UK Women's Championship, the champion Rhea Ripley defending it against Toni Storm that lasted 14 minutes and 50 seconds. We guess some of us in the crowd, to observe this match, what pertains to the women's division of NXT UK. You have Kaylee Ray and Jazzy Gabbard. I think basically Jazzy Gabbard. She was basically known from the Mae Young Classic from 2017. Yeah, 2017. And also before that, she was known as Alpha Female. That was her name before they decided to change it. So yeah, these two, I guess I'm assuming these two are going to be signed with NXT UK for the women's division too as well. And it's good that Jazzy Gabbard got a second chance for WWE, because I think the first time that they offered something, I think she may have got hurt or something like that. She had to get something done, and she actually getting it done. But I think you got Kaylee Ray. No, Kaylee. I meant to say not Kaylee Ray. Kaylee Ray. I see pretty matches. I think there's some potential there. We'll just see how she can construct that one. So, nothing to say about that. But as far as this match between Toni Storm versus the NXT UK Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, another good match. Now, it wasn't the best match they could pull off, which I thought it could have been better. But no, it wasn't bad though. I thought it was still good. In a way, I thought it was still good. There's a lot of good storytelling there with Rhea Ripley being the dominant champion and the dominant female wrestler against Toni Storm, and Toni Storm being vulnerable in a lot of ways in the match. And in the end, Toni Storm basically, and we got kickouts of finishers in this match from the ripcord of the riptide, I meant to say, of Rhea Ripley and the Storm Zero of Toni Storm. Okay, we're going to kick out some finishing moves here. They did only once for these two, and then finally it was one finishing move to end this once and for all. And basically Rhea Ripley goes for the riptide, but Toni Storm grabs the hair of Rhea Ripley and gets her into the Storm Zero, which is the Tiger Bomb, power bomb type of way. Yeah, the Tiger Bomb, and gets a 3 count in the win. So yeah, your winner and new NXT UK Women's Champion. Which rightfully deserved. In a way, I kind of want Rhea Ripley to retain, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad Toni Storm won this one. I'm kind of glad they give this to Toni Storm, because Toni Storm went through a lot of bullshit on social media, but pertains to her nude being hacked and being exposed. She became one of those victims where she had to take down social media because of that, and then she got full support from others that are very close to her, and for those that also been in the same shoes that she's been in, like a Paige. But it was good that she got some support there, and now she's back on social media. It's kind of a little different now how it is right now. She's dealing with it now. Which is good, because she's never experienced something like that before. But Toni Storm, it was well deserved that she won the title, rightfully so. And hopefully we see another match between these two again, between Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm. Hopefully, they'll be, probably will be 10 times better. Alright, so before we get to this main event between the WWE United Kingdom Champion Pete Dunne versus the challenger Joe Coffey, one half of Gallus, they show someone else in the audience watching the show, who's there to watch this takeover show for NXT UK. Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair was in the crowd watching the show. And here's the thing about that. Charlotte Flair and Finn Balor, they were overseas during that time, basically, doing something. I don't remember what they were doing. During, I think a live house show, whatever, or visiting some live house show, whatever. I don't remember. So, Charlotte Flair, why was she in the crowd? She doesn't even give a fuck about this division. She's got her own thing to worry about. And the last thing that I want to see is Charlotte Flair to be in the crowd for this show, NXT UK TAKEOVER Blackpool. It's just no way for WWE to shove her down the throat and to overrate her overrated ass. I can't stand Charlotte Flair anymore, folks. It's to a point now, like, I don't care about Charlotte Flair anymore. So I did not care about Charlotte Flair being there. I like, whatever. Let's just move on to the main event already. But yeah, got Pete Dunne defending his WWE United Kingdom Championship against Joe Coffey. In 34 minutes and 15 seconds it lasted. Way too long a match lasted, and I thought it was pretty damn good. Unfortunately, there was some, a botch in the match. It has something to do with the turnbuckle, and they did it again. Now I don't know if that was supposed, I don't know if the second attempt when they did it, it was supposed to be done that way, but the first attempt though, I thought the first attempt when it was first done, like, holy shit, like, what was that? And then when they did it again, I'm saying to myself, oh my god, is that supposed to be the spot they were supposed to do from the first attempt? I don't know, but they didn't go for that again. But besides that, these guys were killing each other in this match, beating the living hell out of each other, to say the least. Pete Dunne was avoiding Joe Coffey's finishing move. It was the disc lariat. I forgot what he calls it though. But Pete Dunne also with his finishing move, the bitter end. And Joe Coffey kicked out both of them. And one of them, he actually rolled. I think he rolled out of the ring, to avoid the getting pinned, or roll on his front side, so that Pete Dunne wouldn't cover him. But they also do some cool spots like on the apron, and Pete Dunne doing this whole joint manipulation to his opponents. So yeah, so Pete Dunne was first attempt of the bitter end, didn't get the win. Second attempt of the bitter end, he couldn't capitalize on the pinfall because Joe Coffey, either he rolled out or he was rolled on his front side so that Pete Dunne would cover him. But then finally, Pete Dunne's bitter end again onto Joe Coffey to kick out. Only for Pete Dunne go after the arms, manipulating the joint and all that, and then goes for the submission win. So Pete Dunne taps out, and not Pete Dunne, Joe Coffey, excuse me, taps out, and Pete Dunne your winner, and still the WWE United Kingdom Champion, which is good. I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed this main event match too. After the match, though, we get a debut, an NXT UK debut of Walter. Now, this is my first time seeing this guy Walter, but this guy, he's big. He is huge. And he comes out, he gets this massive pop. Obviously, they know who he is, because I don't know. I never seen him before. I don't know who he is. After seeing some clips on YouTube, I'm like, wow, this guy is good. for a guy for his size, he's good. So he gets in the ring to confront Pete Dunne after Pete Dunne went through this hard effort of this main event match. Joe Coffey gets in the ring. He still is not finished with Pete Dunne, and then Walter big boots him out of the ring, like holy shit. And then back to, with the stare down between Pete Dunne and Walter, and Pete Dunne, doing his taunt, to Walter, and Walter was doing his taunt too. So yeah, it's just going to lead to a match between Pete Dunne and Walter. I don't know how to feel about Walter at this point. But what I gotta do, but what I do know is that Pete Dunne's title reign might come to an end by this guy, unless he could pull out a miracle, So there you go. So, as far as the show overall, NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, now it didn't live up to the full potential that I thought it would, but still pretty good of a show. I feel like it was just a regular show I've seen on NXT UK, except there was no interviews, there was no segments, unless you count the Travis Banks and Jordan Devlin, that whole thing. It just felt like a regular NXT show, but it's just one of these special nights, a special occasion, and some special matches, some special attraction matches to say the least. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give the show my overall story for this show of NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool from January 12th, 2019. I'm gonna go with 8.5 out of 10. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. This is the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets.